Hello everyone and welcome to Tech Tuesdays. This is the show where I talk about anything from the world of technology, and this week I'm talking about virtual reality. So the question for this video I have is virtual reality a fad or an industry standard? And my inherent answer is that it's a fad, but I'd like to be proven wrong because I think the technology in virtual reality is really cool. As you may know, Google Glass was a big thing when it came out to all the famous YouTubers, and everyone was on the hype train, and it seems to have died off recently. And recently the Explorer program ended, meaning you won't be able to get it again until it becomes publicly available. And this year at CES, virtual reality was a big thing. We saw Razer's OS VR, Samsung's Galaxy Gear VR, and more of the Oculus Rift, of course. The coolest headset from CES, in my opinion, was Razer's OS VR. And OS VR stands for Open Source Virtual Reality, which means anyone can build their own virtual reality headset and then use Razer's 3D files to use it as you would Razer's own OS VR. And as you may also know, Facebook invested over $2 billion into Oculus Rift last year, proving they have a tremendous amount of faith in Oculus and the technology that Oculus uses in their headset. And lastly, for the VR news, Microsoft recently announced the HoloLens, which sounds like a really cool premise. You're going to be able to see a Windows 10 display where you'll be able to see select applications with simple gestures, all while being able to see the real world around you. And the application that I found most cool from Microsoft's HoloLens was Holo Studio. Holo Studio allows you to create holograms, and the woman at the press conference created a UFO. It's pretty cool looking, and it seems to be fairly user intuitive. With a couple of clicks, you can manage to make something as cool as she did. And unfortunately, I have some apprehensions with VR and why I think it's going to be just a fad and not something that everyone's going to own in their home. And my biggest one being the price. Google Glass Explorer program was $1,500, and simply for that price, it's not chump change. Not many people have that kind of money to invest into virtual reality, especially in the beta phase right out of the box. So that's what I think is going to hold back a lot of people, especially in the beginning with virtual reality. Unless the price is brought down a lot, we're not going to see heavy retention rates for virtual reality. My second biggest apprehension is battery life. Most of these virtual reality headsets you need to wear all day. They're a big part of your life, and there's a lot of technology in virtual reality headsets, and it's going to require a lot of battery. So if the battery life isn't up to par and users' headsets are dying halfway through the day, they're not going to be able to get the full functionality out of the headset. So that's going to be a big problem. And another problem I have is how they're going to fit users with glasses. Personally, I wear glasses, and I know a lot of geeks and nerds wear glasses. So if it's going to be uncomfortable, it's not going to fit well, or you're going to have to buy a special band in order to fit with glasses, that's going to be a big inconvenience that users like myself will bog down from using virtual reality. Another big apprehension is, will they cause headaches with prolonged use? Personally, I have a 3DS, and if I look on the 3D for more than 15 minutes or so, I get a big headache. And if you're constantly getting headaches and it's a pain to use, people aren't going to want to use it. So that's going to be a big problem. And another problem that goes along with that is, are they going to have any long-term effects on the brain or eyes? Obviously, virtual reality is fairly new. We don't have any long-term studies to prove how they affect brain waves or how they affect the eyes. So that's going to be a big problem moving forward. Another thing that I have directly with the headset is functionality. I don't know how many games are going to be supported at launch or what features are going to launch with certain headsets, but obviously if the headsets don't do enough, they're not going to pick up, and they're not going to sell well. And another thing is, will they be comfortable? If you're going to have to wear them for prolonged periods of time, as goes along with some of my other points, they're going to have to be comfortable, or else people aren't going to want to wear them. And lastly, is it going to redefine the way we use technology? If you're going to have to spend a huge amount of money to get these headsets, they're going to have to really do something that really stands out, that this feature you need, or else you're not going to be able to move on in the technological revolution. And personally, I don't see it in virtual reality right now. It's a cool thing that's going to help with gaming. It's going to help improve your life a little bit. But there's no one feature that really sells virtual reality, in my opinion, and I think that's going to be one of the biggest factors that prevents people from buying it at the beginning. And that's it for my Tech Tuesday on virtual reality. Let me know in the comment section below if you're excited for virtual reality, or if you have any topics that you'd like me to to talk about on Tech Tuesdays. And I'd really appreciate it if you checked out my previous video, which is an introduction to my channel and a little bit about me. And I'd also appreciate it if you checked out the Point of News channel, where me and my roommate Mark do a podcast, and we have some other videos coming out soon. Thank you so much again for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.